City Mayor Michael Bloomberg announced this week some details about a program designed to help more than 300,000 young Black and Latino men. This initiative will help young Black and Latino men find jobs, raise families, and hopefully stay out of trouble.
Blacks and Latinos are not fully sharing in the promise of American freedom, and far too many are trapped in circumstances that are difficult to escape from.
Joining me now is talk radio host Solis. He's come in from Los Angeles, and we're glad you made the trip. Thank you.
It's nice to be here.
Tell me what you think, Mario, about this program that's been launched by New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg.
I think that he has to be commended fully for this. This is an incredibly important initiative. Him and also George Solis have pooled their personal money in order to address this extremely, critical problem. It's here in New York, but it's also, we're facing it throughout the country in Latino and African American communities. That being said, we have to remember this is only one component. I mean, they're going to do some intense job training with some of our most at-risk youth, but after you train people for jobs, they need jobs. And this is like the problem that you've been talking about all morning. I mean, what we're having right now is a terrible economic downturn, and the best anti-gang program that there is, the best program that there is for Latino and African American communities and their youth is jobs.
Yeah.
When the economy gets better, crime goes down, and that we've seen that over and over again.
So what is it that you want to gain most out of this program, which is targeted at youth between the ages of 16 and 24? They are very vulnerable. They're not necessarily in education programs, and if they're not in school, they may not have the jobs given this economic malaise. So
what we've seen in community-based programs like this throughout the country, much smaller than this one, right? This is an outstanding initiative, but we have seen pilot programs like this throughout the years, that it really doesn't take that much to intervene with youth. There is, in our community, jobs matter. And what this program is set to be very, very, very effective. They're going to go work with youth that are at risk, that have had some kind of run-in with the law enforcement community, and they're going to work with them so that they stay in school by paying them. A lot of these young people in this city and in other cities drop out of school not because they're lazy or not because they don't want to be educated, but because their families need the income.
Yeah.
And so this program will directly provide income to youth, giving them the incentive and the ability, more than just the incentive, but the ability to actually stay in school.
Well, you bring up a point that it's Mayor Michael Bloomberg. Everybody knows he is a billionaire, also billionaire George Solis. These are men that are reaching into their personal pockets to put this together. It's a $130 million program that they're starting with here. But what role should the government play in terms of helping the minority community? Should there be specific targeted programs directly approaching that target group? I mean, how much do we need those kinds of programs that will help then generally overall?
I think that, once again, these type of programs have existed on much smaller scales throughout the country. This program is going to have a lot of scrutiny. I believe it'll have a huge impact because they're bringing together some of the nation's top experts in this field. Once that happens, then we should duplicate the federal government, state governments could work to duplicate this program throughout the country, and find ways that it works, because regionally it'll be different from place to place. But that being said, once you train people for jobs, there needs to be jobs, and this has been one of the most critical areas. We have not seen any job creation. These job creators have not come to the table, whoever they are. The tax credits that were supposed to create jobs haven't worked. We need jobs. When we have jobs in our community, crime goes down. Kids have the ability to stay in school, and overall, it's better for everybody.
Okay, well, Solis, Marich there, our talk radio host. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thousands of